Gravel bike versus road bike. What's the move? If all you want is some smooth cruising on the pavement, pretty much any old road bike will do. But do you really just want to stick to the same boring asphalt? Don't you ever feel the urge to hit the trails and see where the road ends? They say the best views are off the beaten path. So imagine this, for just $1,299, you could be riding a beast of a gravel bike with cutting-edge geometry, UDH specs, a front suspension fork, a dropper seat post, and a 1x12 speed drivetrain system with hydraulic disc brake setup. Sounds too good to be true, right? Oabose was created by a crew of biking rebels who got tired of the overpriced versus undercooked dilemma with big-name bikes. So they set out to make a bike that hits that sweet spot. Great quality, epic comfort, and a price that feels like a steal. Enter the Oabose Jungle One, a gravel bike that'll take you wherever you're craving to go. Whether it's a ride to unwind or a full-on adventure. Let's get into the frame, the part everybody's checking out. The Jungle One didn't just hop on the carbon-only hype train. Instead, it went with 6061 T6 aluminum alloy, a solid balance between performance and price. The frame passed 120% of the ISO 4210 standards. Yep, it's tougher than it has to be. Plus, the welds are smooth, and it looks clean as hell. The geometry here is where it gets interesting. It determines how you'll sit and feel on the bike. Road bikes are fast, but let's face it, for your average 9 to 5, they're a pain in the back. Literally. The Jungle One, with its easygoing, off-road friendly geometry, changes the game. Thanks to the stable design and roomy cockpit, you get a more laid-back ride feel. Perfect for hitting those trails and riding rough. For the S-frame we have here, 1062mm wheelbase, 394mm reach, and a 563mm stack. Slightly longer than the new BMC ERS, which is pretty much the gravel benchmark. You know the saying in gravel biking, wider tires, smoother rides. So with this 50mm plus tire clearance, does it deliver on that smooth, justice ride? The Jungle One doesn't just look great. It's built with UDH Universal Derailleur Hanger Tech, the sham standard. That ditches the delicate derailleur hanger for smoother shifting and more stability. It also packs the reliable BSA threaded bottom bracket, so you won't hear any squeaks, just solid performance. And while some brands, are still sticking with quick-release skewers at this price point, the Jungle One proudly flaunts its hydraulic disc brakes and sleek full internal cable routing, looking sharp while keeping that smooth braking feel intact. With 3 water bottle mounts and slots for racks and bags, the Jungle One has enough versatility to meet your bikepacking needs. Nothing excessive, but just right when you're ready to get out there. The bike comes in 4 sizes, for riders from 165 centimeters to 190 centimeters tall, and 2 color schemes. Fern Green X Beige and Silver White X Graphite Black, both colorways, straight, gravel core aesthetics. Now, let's talk drivetrain. Not long ago, putting hydraulic disc brakes on a gravel bike would have cost you an arm and a leg. But thanks to the rapid growth of homegrown Chinese component brands, we're now getting a solid 12-speed hydraulic disc setup at a price that doesn't make your wallet cry. Gravel biking's got its own set of challenges, so you need a drivetrain that's got your back. Enter S-Ride, already a trusted name in mountain biking. They bring the same rock-solid reliability to gravel rides. This GR680 shifting system includes the R610 hydraulic shifters, R510 brake calipers, GR680 rear derailleur, a custom 42T chainring, a 12-speed 11.5 cassette, and AKMC chain. Let's talk shifters and brakes. This setup's got that classic Blue brand feel. Big paddle for shifting up, small one for shifting down, and you can even go up 2 gears at once. Nice, right? Oh, and the brakes? Super smooth and comfy, like you'd expect from Blue brand's short throw style. Thanks to the larger master cylinder, it feels more like a certain red brand. You get what I mean. Plus, these R510 calipers come stacked with full metal pads. After some break-in, you're gonna feel some serious stopping power. And thanks to the mineral oil system, you won't get that mushy feel towards the end. Just a sharp, clean stop every time. The GR680 rear derailleur is basically built like a tank, borrowing from S-Ride's M620 mountain bike design. It's tough, all aluminum, and ready for anything. The chain stabilizer is tucked away at the pivot, and you can adjust it to keep your chain at the perfect tension. No more chain drops on bumpy trails. Plus, the push-push system makes shifting buttery smooth, even on the rough stuff. The combo of hydraulic disc brakes and a big cassette is where the GR680 really shines. It gives you top-notch braking power, while also offering a gear ratio that's way beyond the typical 1-to-1, perfect for tackling steep climbs. No fear of those killer hills, and considering the price, this setup is a total game changer. Seriously, it's a steal at this level. First time seeing this bike? I bet you're thinking, yep, you're seeing right. Suspension fork and dropper seat post. Features that were once reserved for high-end mountain bikes are now making their way onto gravel bikes. But here's the twist. Gravel bikes like the Urse, Diverge STR, and Topstone have already made the leap. What's even crazier? Seeing this kind of tech at this price point. Welcome to the future, guys. Sure, these upgrades do add a bit of weight. The bike weighs in at 12.4 kilograms bare, which isn't exactly light compared to a road bike. But here's the thing, why bother? Because for real gravel riding, the benefits of these features go way beyond just weight. Light doesn't always mean faster. What really matters is that grip, the kind of traction that keeps you glued to the trail, no matter what. This gravel air suspension fork comes with 30 millimeters of travel. Air goes in on the left side, and the right side is for damping lockout. Once locked, it's rock solid, great for climbing, and no worries about losing pressure. Paired with a 125 millimeters dropper from K's, you'll glide over rough terrain like a pro. Even a road bike frame feels right at home on gnarly trails. Just ask Mohoric, he loves it. A couple of things to note. Firstly, the dropper post also has 20 millimeters of suspension travel. Paired with a Velo saddle, comfort is definitely top of mind for Oabose. Secondly, the left shifter, usually for the front derailleur, is now used to control the dropper. So you get a cleaner, more streamlined setup with one less cable to worry about. With these two added features, the Jungle One basically laughs in the face of tough trails. It's got the traction to take on anything, so much so that it can hang with XC mountain bikes. But when you roll it through the city, those 30 plus 20 millimeters of suspension soak up potholes, curbs, and even the occasional surprise stare. It's like a mountain bike, but without the weight. A road bike that actually likes the dirt. And a gravel bike that's always ready to throw some wild vibes. Plus, with the dropper seat post, you can lower your saddle to feel like a boss. And hey, for beginners, nothing beats that both feet flat on the ground moment. And hey, if you're still a hardcore rigid fork purist, don't sweat it. Oabose has got a version coming soon that'll keep it nice and stiff. Stay tuned. Next, the wheels. The Jungle One rolls on a 6-pawl hub, where 3 pawls engage at once. So when you put the pedal to the metal, there's practically no delay, super responsive. And while the brand doesn't officially mention it, with a tire liner, it's tubeless ready. As for the tires, forget the typical road stuff. Jungle One is rocking mountain bike tires, specifically Kenda K1187S in a beefy 29x1 95. That translates to a crazy 50C in road bike terms. Yeah, it's wild. We put these big tires to the test on some gnarly off-road trails, and they held up pretty well. Just don't go all cornering king on them. With all that tire clearance, the bike's basically begging you to try out different setups. Need to go faster? Throw on a 38C, 35C, or even a 32C road tire and feel the wind in your hair. Want to take it off-road beast mode? Swap in some XC mountain tires and unleash the wild side. Basically, it's got the room to handle whatever you throw at it. So, you're probably thinking, what's the catch? Well, no shortcuts here. The Jungle One uses high-quality components from top Taiwanese manufacturers. Think EXA dropper post and K's seat post. Just the EXA post alone could cost you a small fortune. But Oabose still managed to keep the whole bike at $1,299. Instead of splurging on flashy carbon frames or wheels, they put the cash into the parts that actually make a difference to your ride. Respect. The Jungle One is Oabose's first ever bike, and they're definitely making a statement. It's a hardcore gravel bike that doesn't just follow the specs game. It's made for real adventure. Cruise through the city. Get lost on some random trails in the suburbs. This bike can handle it all. No need to stress about rough roads or sketchy handling. Think of it like a tough SUV. Might not be the lightest in the city, but it'll get you to the good stuff. Isn't that what biking is all about? Here's hoping more brands start focusing on bringing back the real joy of riding. Not just numbers and fancy features. That's a wrap. If you're feeling the vibe, hit like, drop a comment, and share the love. Catch you next time. Peace out.